guys, and welcome to another episode of It's All About the Music. This is another Ranking the Studio Albums. And today, it's a little bit of a unique situation, as always. Every video is unique. Please like and subscribe, by the way. Got a starving chihuahua over here and a broke down car. So, we're going to be ranking the studio albums by Alkaline Trio. Fairly well-known punk rock band, formed in '96. They currently sit at number 34 in my 230 favorite artists of all time. Not too shabby, right? So, this band, 96, formed. I discovered them around 2001, I believe, with their single, the music video, Stupid Girl, really caught my eye and ear. It's from their album From Here to the Infirmary, which I didn't check out at the time. I just recently checked out. So they're unique on my list of favorite artists in that they're pretty high up. You know, they're number 34 out of 230, but I don't go out and buy their albums. I've ran out and bought two that were perfect, and their other albums I've listened to either on YouTube or streaming services, and I wasn't impressed. I may have bought This Addiction, and it really turned me against buying their physical albums. They're a great band, but I feel like their discography is not up to par with some of their best material. And we're going to get into that a little bit. I'm taking a look at my notes here on Alkaline Trio, and we'll see what we got going. I love their band. I keep up with their music. I'm super excited that Matt Skiba is in Blink-182 now. But again, this band just doesn't, aside from two, this band just doesn't have any great records. And we're going to jump into that right now. I've got a couple of them sitting here, and I'll maybe do some screenshots. First up, we're gonna get to their discography, right? That's what we're here for. We're here for reviewing the discography of Alkaline Trio, and I'm gonna keep on doing this. So first up, my least favorite. I'm starting from worst and working my way up to best. This one performed surprisingly well, and I'm gonna get you a nice screenshot of it here. This piece of trash right here. It was about drug addiction. It's called This Addiction, and it just, it feels like it's written by someone on drugs, about drugs, and it's not very, aside from the title track, I don't think I like any of these songs. Matt Skiba, Dan Andriandrio, Derek Grant wrote all the songs. It's a 34-minute long album. I just wasn't enjoying, even the title track is not that great. So I don't own that album, don't plan on getting it. I think I bought, well actually I did buy it at one point, and I just got rid of it. It was not doing anything for me. Next up is Gosh Darn It. Gosh Darn It. It's the debut album. I'll get you a nice cover shot here. This is, professional video we got going on. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have showed you that. I don't know. My channel's pretty PG, but that's the name of the album. Gosh Darn It. That's what you saw just now. Gosh Darn It. This album has some good songs. I enjoyed listening to this album, but probably, I couldn't tell you a single lyric from it. Nothing really stood out. There's a few standout tracks, maybe when you're listening, but you don't really want to go back and revisit it any. Next up is, or next down, whatever you want to call it. So, my third least favorite. That's very confusing. Maybe I'll Catch Fire. This is their second album, their sophomore slump, if you will. It's right here. It's got some, it's got some good stuff on it, but nothing to write home about. Right, nothing to make a video about. F.U. Aurora is possibly a standout track. And she took him to the lake, maybe Radio. are some decent songs off of that one. So that's Maybe I'll Catch Fire. And then we're going to go to where it starts, their discography starts to get pretty good. And this is an earlier record. This is their third. So we're almost going in order here. So From Here to the Infirmary, that's where I first heard Stupid Kid. Private Eyes, another single. And some of the other songs on this album are good. Again, not a real solid album, but not bad. Kind of, you know, Stupid Kid was really great. That's the song that got me into this band. So, yeah, way to go, Alkaline Trio, with that single choice. That was very good. Whether it was you guys or the record company, that's pretty cool. Next up is Agony and Irony from July 1st, 2008. And we're going to get you a shot. There it is. I really love that album cover, but this album was disappointing after some of the other albums that I really enjoyed by them. This thing just let me know really quick, this band can be a little unreliable. Calling All Skeletons and Help Me, maybe In Vain. This album looks a little lopsided. Some of the first 4 tracks, 5 tracks are good. The last half of the album, kind of not so good. Some just really terrible, clunky lyrics on Agony and Irony, and I don't know. It just wasn't that much fun to listen to. Lots of agony, not much irony. Next up is one of their newer albums in Is This Thing Cursed? I was a little bit hesitant to give this 2018 album a listen, but I think I downloaded it, and the title track is great from Is This Thing Cursed? Blackbird and Demon and Division are probably some of the best songs on the album. And then again, the rest of the album kind of trails off after those first few tracks. Not really digging the rest. There's, it's a fun album, but for the most part, it's better than their other 5 albums. So it is sort of a shift in the right direction, sort of a course correction for the band, that it kind of put out some less than good things. I think I'm missing an album here. My Shame Is True. Nope, I'm not missing it. The next one is My Shame Is True. I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit. My Shame Is True, it came out in 2013. She lied to the FBI. I want to be a Warhol up on your wall. I Am Only Here to Disappoint. The Temptation of St. Anthony. I Pessimist, featuring Tim McElrath from Rise Against. I'm not a huge Rise Against fan, but this is a cool duet with Matt Skiba and Tim McElrath. Yeah, so My Shame Is True was pretty decent album. So it's coming in at my third favorite Alkaline Trio album. Right, buddy? Let's get into the good stuff, okay? Now, their top 2 albums, these are like classics for me. Next up is going to be Crimson. And this thing is darn near perfect. This came out in 2005. Really beautiful looking album artwork. All right, let's get into here and take the disc out. Okay, pretty cool. This album, I love it. Time to Waste was a great single. The Poison, Burn, Mercy Me, Deathbed, Settle for Satin, Sadie is one of my favorite songs of all time. Fall Victim, I Was a Prayer, Prevent This Tragedy, Back to Hell, Your Neck, and Smoke. I would say Smoke is my least favorite song on here. It's the only weak part out of 13 tracks. the album just kind of ends on a not so good note. This album is darn near perfect, except for Smoke. So if you haven't heard it, if you think you may like Alkaline Trio's pop punk sound, check this one out. This one's one of their best for sure. And then the moment we've all been waiting for, the best album, the definitive best album by Alkaline Trio. This is the back of it. This is the side of it. This is the other side of it. Dun dun dun. This is the front of it. This is Good Morning. And I love this thing. This thing is just worn to pieces. The digipack is just, I absolutely love the artwork. I love the red and the black, the crosses. Let's see what other kind of gothic materials in here. Daniel, Dan, Derek, and Matt Skiba. This is a perfect album, front to back. From This Could Be Love to Blue in the Face. Blue Carolina. I love that my state, or my two states, gets a shout out. But yeah, this has some of the best songwriting of the band's career, in my opinion, in my definitive opinion. This is one of the best pop punk records of all time. And I could just listen to this whole thing front to back forever and ever and ever. Some really brilliant lyrics by Matt Skiba and his cohorts. Matt and Dan, just some really creative, demonic, sarcastic lyrics. They're just some of the best in punk rock. So give it a listen. This is the best Alkaline Trio album ever. So I'm really excited to start doing these record reviews. I'm still trying to decide what my channel is going to be. I'm still trying to decide what to do about getting views and subscribers and likes. I'm just having fun, you know. So if you want to support somebody doing what they love, you know, I've got a day job. I joke around about being a famous YouTuber, but you know, I'm just doing this for fun. So if you want to support somebody having fun, just you know, hit that like and subscribe button, and go listen to some Alkaline Trio. Thanks. Have a good night.